Hi, in this podcast interview, I'm talking to Dakota Talks, a 17-year-old content creator who has amassed more than 40,000 subscribers in a short amount of time. We're going to talk about how he created a channel with 60,000 subscribers based on a shorts audience that he ended up abandoning because it was a shorts audience. And now his main focus is long-form content creation on his new channel, where he has already, at 17 years old, while still being in high school, reached a point where he could go full-time as a content creator. We are also going to talk about how he started creating content without the knowledge from his parents, and why he'd also create long-form content rather than shorts that gets millions of views. So, hi. Is your name Dakota, or is it like a, what do you call it, artist
alias
name or alias?
Yeah, no, my name is Dakota. That's my birth
so I can
name.
call you Dakota. Okay, that's nice.
Yeah, call me Dakota.
Before we begin, I just like for you to ask for permission for anyone who's watching this to clip anything, to make TikTok shorts or whatever. Are you fine with this?
Yeah, fine with that.
Okay. That's nice. So, as a start, can you please take like a few minutes to explain to everyone who's watching this on my channel, who probably don't know yet who you are, but I'm sure they will in the future. Who are you and what are your channel about?
Yeah, okay. So I am Dakota Talks. That's my channel name. And I basically make commentary videos about just stuff that I find interesting, where I sit and I talk to a camera for 20 to 40 minutes. I make like my biggest video right now is the rise and fall of the Stanley Cup. Sometimes it's about like the rise and fall of trends, or sometimes it's about, like, for example, the dark rise of Temu. So I talk about like what's going on with Temu, the shady practices that they do and stuff like that.
That's how I found you as well.
The Temu one?
No, actually Stanley Cup one, that's awesome. Which I'm guessing that most people. Also, I saw you one of the comments with the Yikes video that I did. I actually saw that like a year or two ago when I did my first batch of podcasts.
Nice.
Before we I like for see, this podcast is about like chasing the 100K, the silver play button, and maybe talking about the finances, the business of running a YouTube, and everything like you're willing to share. But I'd like to hear.
I'm completely open.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice.
I'll tell you an exact dollar figure if you want me to.
Okay.
I don't care.
Okay. But. How old are you? Oh.
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
Drinks. Okay.
Yeah. How old are you? As a start, how old are you?
I am 17 years old.
Yeah. Okay. So I'd like to hear, because when did you start this? I feel like I have a slight feeling that going onto your channel that you don't have all your videos showed. Is that correct?
Yeah. So actually, all my videos on that channel are public, but I've had many different channels over the course of my time on YouTube. I've been making videos off like since I was probably, I don't even know, 7. Like, it's been a while.
Yeah. So one of the things. Yeah, one of the things I'd like to ask you, because I think one of the things like many who can relate to you would like to know, how do you go about getting, like, how are you allowed to do that at that age, starting on YouTube? Because I know that many kids struggle with getting permission from parents and just uploading and so on. And I know the YouTube guidelines also says like 13, 15 or something you start.
Yeah, that's a good question, because the answer is kind of, you don't get permission and you kind of just skirt by the guidelines, to be completely honest with you. See, like, growing up, I had a channel. My dad did not really like that, so then I hid it. My mom didn't really care, so she knew about it, kind of. And then I actually, you're right, those guidelines against being on YouTube under 13 without a parent's permission, I was actually banned 2 different times because I was like clearly under 13 years old. Which was devastating to me at the time. I was like, no, I had 25 subscribers from my Fortnite montages. My career is ruined. But yeah, to be honest, it's like, it was like I wasn't doing those things. Which you should do those things. You can be a YouTuber if you're under 13 and you have your parents' permission. Like, if you make an account and your parents are okay with it, and you register it as their account, and then you put like, this channel is owned by blank's mom or whatever like that. You can do that. But yeah, definitely get permission. But I didn't really do that. So, but even if you aren't posting it anywhere, like if you want to make videos or you like watching videos, you don't really have to post them, because chances are they're not really going to go anywhere anyways for quite a while. And even if they do, it might not be a good thing if they do, because you're so young. So yeah, I hope that answers your question.
I'd like to say that I started the same age, but at that point, YouTube wasn't invented yet. So that's another thing. Yeah. So, but I'd also like to. So it's a. Let's say you started at. Let's just say 10 years old. So that's 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's 7 years of making videos, and there's something that keeps you motivated in making these videos, because it's only recently, as far as I can see, you've like struck some views. So what kept you going? Whereas I know many young people would like to be a YouTuber and just make 1 video, 2 videos, and say, okay, I'm not going viral, so I'm just stopping. What made you keep pushing?
I think it's just, I just love like making videos. Like, it's just like, even from when I was like super young, my first video, I can send it to you actually if you want. It's on my friend's channel, but it's me and my friend doing this like really crappy, like, you remember the Harlem Shake trend?
Yeah, vaguely, yes.
It was that. Okay. So yeah, I think that, I don't even know, it might have been over 7, but yeah, I was probably around 10 years old. And I don't know, it's just like, from then I made some random videos. I had this other channel where I like vlogged, and then none of them made it like went anywhere, but it was just like, I loved watching YouTube, and I was like, I really want to do that. It just looks so fun. Like, to be able to do a job where you just get to like be creative and like have fun all the time was like, from my perspective at the time, I was like, that sounds awesome. I would love that. And so like, as time went on, actually I did blow up before, on a different channel. It was like Minecraft shorts content. This was like back in 2020, 2021. I posted a few videos, like they all have, there's one with like over 7 million views, and then some with like 4 million, 2 million. And I did actually make money from that too. It was during the time when the shorts fund was a thing. Oh yeah. So I made, I think it was like just over $1,000 on that channel, which was crazy for like a 13-year-old at the time.
That's it could be a lot of money.
Yeah, it wasn't consistent though, because the shorts fund, it was like you have to get a certain number of views to make any money. And then I also never got actually like monetized from that, because it didn't count yet. But let's see how much I made.
So from the beginning, you have done this with the goal in mind to make money from this. Maybe because you're at a generation where you knew that was possible from the beginning. Yeah. Okay.
That's a good point, because most YouTubers that are around, they say like they started without the knowledge you could even make money on it. And I mean, I probably did that too, but I became aware pretty young that it could be a career. Yeah. And that was one of my dreams for the longest time. So yeah, I definitely had the goal for, I would say, most of my time on YouTube to make it into a job. Yeah. I think that's what kids want to like, or teenagers want to do, like, because they see what some would describe as looking like a glamorous lifestyle as a YouTuber, or an easy lifestyle for some. But I've been like self-employed for a while. I'm not anymore, and I'm happy that I'm not, because that's not an easy lifestyle. Right.
So
Yeah, I'm just now learning about like taxes and stuff. Especially, I don't know how it is where you live, but
oh, that's
like,
not the same, but that's just more taxes.
oh man, yeah. I was just learning that like as a self-employed person, you have to pay like a 15% self-employment tax. No matter what state you live in, on top of federal taxes and state taxes. So it's just and you file them quarterly instead of yearly. So it's gonna be awesome.
Set some money aside. Our systems are completely different. Ours is much more digital. Just works like automatically. But it's
interesting.
Yeah. But one thing that I could maybe relate to, even though that I've never really made. Okay, I made a few $1,000s on YouTube, but never really got to the same point, because I always start over on a new channel, because
Right.
I have a job that I love, so I'm never doing this for the money. I'm always doing this just for the fun. But one thing that I can relate to is looking back at videos as a teenager and cringe at myself.
Oh yeah.
So one thing that I like to ask, because I think that's a stop blocker for many teenagers, like they upload something and a year later then they remove it because they cringe from their earlier self. So what are your experiences of putting yourself out there? Because as a teenager, you grow so fast that you don't even look like yourself going like a year or two back. So
that's a good question. Yeah. Because I mean, if you go to the first video on my channel, I look like a completely different person, even though it was like 2 years ago, because I have lost like 85 pounds since then, because I've gone on like a weight loss journey or whatever. But like, there's that, and then there's also my old channel, which I look back at it and I definitely cringe. Even the video that has 7 million views, I'm like, I don't understand how it got 7 million views, because the video sucks. And also it's just like not funny or interesting or unique or anything. So I don't understand what happened there, but it's just like a fluke, I guess. There's gotta be something to it, but I don't know. But I definitely look back and I cringe at that stuff. But at the same time, I've also kind of grown up like watching videos that's like the rise of blank YouTuber. And so I always thought like, well, if I take those videos down, it makes it harder for that kind of thing to happen to me. Like I like the idea that you can go on YouTube and find from like the very first time 9-10 years ago, whatever it was, when I started posting videos to today. Like I really like that you can see the entire progression. So I don't like to take them down.
How about like not your own opinion about it, but how about others' opinion, like from school and so on?
For the longest time, I didn't tell a single person about my channel. Like I said, I grew up where my dad didn't really like that I had a channel. He tried to make me delete it, I think, once, and then I ended up deleting it myself and starting a new one where he didn't know about it or whatever. So I grew up like hiding it from certain people, and I also similarly hid it from people at school, or pretty much everyone except for like really close friends. I would just be like, hey, I do this sometimes, but it wasn't any like, it was never a job like it is now. So I actually only like recently started telling people at school about that, and I recently told my dad. So it's actually not been even a year of me being like open about my channel, basically.
So has it changed anything? Maybe because you're already making money, then people are actually respecting it. I think it's mainly because before it's like, oh, it's kind of cringe. I'm just like sitting in my room making random videos and no one's really watching them or anything. So it's like, why should I tell anyone about it? And so once I kind of like blew up and I started making money from it and stuff, I was like, okay, well, first of all, I need to tell my dad about this, because this is actually becoming something I can pursue as a career. So I have to tell him about that. But also people at school, it's like, this is kind of like the most of my personality. I realized that looking back, every time someone at school over the past, like throughout all of high school and middle school, every time someone would ask me that I was like talking to what I did in my free time, I would be like, I don't know. Like I had no answer, because all I did was just like make videos. And like they're like, do you play any video games? I'm like, I kind of used to, but I haven't in a while. They're like, what, do you play any sports? No. What do you do in your free time? I was like,
I just kind of hang out. So I think it also made me just seem like such a boring person because I didn't have anything to talk about. But I've realized now that like, because I started making money from it and it became like started working and it was proven and I felt more comfortable talking about it. Now that I'm able to talk about it, I feel like I just seem so much more interesting just because I have something that I actually am interested in.
There is a quote in there somewhere where they will make fun of you until they look up to you or respect you. I can't remember it. But I have another question that I've talked to actually with most people that I'm talking to about YouTube. And as a younger YouTuber, you must have considered like doing faceless versus face content. What made you take the decision if you're already like hiding your content and you're still putting your face in the videos?
Yeah, I have never really hidden my face. I've done videos for like the longest time where I've just always shown my face. Just back in the day where I was doing vlogs inspired by like Logan Paul. I was a big Low gangster back in the day. I had my Maverick hoodie on and I would go run around my neighborhood on a scooter or something. But like I showed my face then. I showed my face when I started Minecraft Shorts, but posting Minecraft Shorts doesn't really leave any room for like a face cam. So I didn't show my face for a couple years, but whenever I would do a stream or I would do an extra video or a long form video or whatever, I usually showed my face. So just like, I never really thought about like hiding it.
Okay, you never thought about it.
I did kind of actually a little bit because like I said, I got like banned from YouTube because I was too young. So there was a period where I was like, maybe I shouldn't be at all. Maybe I should just not be in front of the camera because then YouTube will like, oh, he's 12 years old, let's ban him kind of thing. But eventually I hit 13 years old and it was okay for me.
As a gaming content creator, would you call yourself a gaming content creator before this channel?
Yeah, I probably would.
Okay,
because it was all pretty much Minecraft.
Yeah, that's very popular to have faceless content. There would even dare to say that some of the biggest creators, some of them at least, are faceless.
True.
Yeah, I can talk about length, about relatability, and you're not having. You can put yourself in the character instead of it's a narrator instead of so. But if you never thought about it, that's also fine. I've been like jumping back and forth. I have a gaming channel also, and I see some inkling that not putting my face in there maybe spreads to a broader audience, maybe because I'm close to 35 years old, like an old man playing video games. For some might be that's another thing.
That's a good point. I also think it's like when I don't if I didn't show my face, it like removes like a big part of like me, and so it's just like weird for me if I wasn't in it physically, then it just like feels, I don't know, it feels wrong. I've never done it that way. But you can do it that way. It's just not for me, I don't think.
There's actually some deeper things about being that, because if you are not showing a face or never showing a face, you are leaving it up to your imagination how the people are looking. Like I have now some of my favorite creators are actually faceless, and I think it's a good decision if you want to be showing a face, doing it from the beginning, because definitely. People will always, as we saw with Dream, even though he's a good-looking guy, everyone would like, they had an image in their head because it was up to their imagination. It's the same thing when people or authors write books, and when they get to movies, there was not that way they imagined it because they read the book. So
I also want to say, like, for example, like Yikes, the guy that you were talking about, you interviewed him on the show before. Like he face revealed, I think, I don't remember when he did that, but it was like right after he blew up. He started to blow up, and he face revealed kind of prematurely because he was like, I think the idea there was if he waits too long, it becomes like a big deal, and then like people care so much, but like it shouldn't really. And then people end up trying to leak it and stuff like that. So yeah, I think you can be faceless if you want to, but it's like it's kind of a big commitment also if you're like really truly faceless.
I think it was as far as I can remember, it was a matter of being the right age.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
So as a 40,000 subscriber channel, I can understand that you're still in school, but if you didn't have school right now, could you go full time on this?
I think so. It's been just like really fast. Everything's been moving so fast because it's only been about 6 months since my channel started to like blow up. I posted the rise and fall of the Stanley Cup video, and it got like 800,000 views. At that point, my channel had about 1,000 subscribers, a little over 1,000 subscribers, and it took me like a year to get to there, a year and a half. And so like from there, that one video took me to like 15,000 subscribers, and then from there I was like, okay, I need to like keep doing this. This is great. I'm monetized now. This is like everything I've been dreaming of for like years now. And I kind of expected that video to come and then it to just kind of go, but I feel like I've taken advantage of it like exactly how I should have.
Yeah.
Like I just continued to post consistently. I tried to like figure out what worked from that video, and I've been able to pull a few extra videos that have done almost as well as that one. But yeah, I think to answer your question, I think I have got it to the point where I could live off of it. Yeah. Also, since I live with my parents, that's helpful.
Yeah.
But especially for being in school, I make way more doing this than I did at my part-time job I had before I blew up. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because do you have a plan for school? Is it you're in high school right now?
Yeah, I'm a senior in high school right now.
What about afterwards?
Afterwards, I've talked to my parents about it a little bit. I don't really want to go, but just because I just don't like need to for what I plan on doing, and I could always go later if I decided to do something else. But there is this like program at a community college near where I live, and they basically give you, as long as you get like decent grades, you get 2 free years at community college. And so I'm gonna do that. I'll probably kind of do it at a slow pace so that it's not like too overwhelming, and I can mainly focus on my YouTube channel. But I don't really know for what yet. Maybe psychology or something, because that's really interesting to me, and then plus it kind of applies to this. But
yeah.
I'll do that, and then after that I'll probably just go all in on YouTube and try to make it work.
As a senior into you, I can say the years go on fast. So 2 years is nothing, sure. And it's also a time to like relax on your pacing on YouTube, instead of you having to pump out videos because you have to pay rent and so on. And the day that the videos stop working, you get stressed and so on. Then you can maybe live at home and still pump, like you can build a savings in your business and learn the taxes and so on. So that's a good idea.
Yeah, I think I'm definitely very grateful for where I am, because I'm 17 years old. I'm making decent money right now working with brands and AdSense and all that, and I still have a whole year of high school, and then I still have 2 years of community college, which I'm gonna probably live with my parents until the end of community college. So I basically have 3 years, and I already have 40,000 subscribers, and it's like pretty like fast growth. And so like I think fast forward 3 years from now, I'll definitely be able to sustain it, unless my plans change or whatever. But like right now, I don't see any world where I'm not doing it full time in 3 years.
Outside looking in, it looks like you, according to Social Blade, have about 500,000 views a month. Give or take, some maybe a little bit more some months, and some the last August it was just about 500,000. If you were to split up your revenue would it be like if you like had a pie chart, and I heard you talk about ads and talk about sponsorships. How much would you put in each of these slices? If you,
yeah.
I know sponsorships you get almost always don't allow people to talk about certain numbers.
Yeah, I can't say certain numbers of the sponsorships, but I can with AdSense. Yeah, like I'll say I'm on YouTube, like AdSense wise, I make about $2,000 a month on average, and then brand deals, I won't really say a number there, but is it more or less? It's less. It's a little bit less right now. Well, it might be more soon, but yeah, it's. Let's see. How do I put this?
It's okay to not I can ask a follow-up question. How right now the brand deals, are they just coming to you, or do you have some sort of management for this already? It's
they're just coming to me right now. I feel like I should get some kind of management thing going on. I think so too. It's probably a good idea, but yeah, for the time being, I started with brand deals by just like, actually I reached out to Yikes and asked him, because he's done brand deals before. I just asked him like to help me out with how to like cold email brands, and he was very helpful there. And he gave me like a template that he uses and a like a brand contact email list. So I reached out to a few brands from there, and that's how I got my first one. Yeah, that was very helpful. Thanks, Xander. But from there, after I did my first brand deal, which I ended up signing 2 different brand deals at that time, I've been basically like, it's like I opened the floodgates when I did one, because I've just been getting a bunch of emails now. But yeah, I should probably do some kind of management thing, because it's kind of confusing to me.
So the first signs of growth, we have actually already touched on this, because I saw the Stanley Cup video, and we talked about there's a video where you say I think it's something about going viral made you obese or something.
Yeah.
So that was from the Minecraft thing.
It was.
Yeah. So there is always, when you talk to creators, there's always like one video that in their head shifts the perception of YouTube, like, okay, I can do this. So at what point or what video, it could also maybe in your mind be a lot earlier video, what video made yours think, okay, this is the first signs of I'm doing something right?
Okay, you mean like that made me think I could do it as like a job?
Yeah, so like, maybe just like thinking, okay, I can do this. It's not just something that's I've done this for 5 years or something, that I'm never being able to do this, or okay, I'm looking at this that okay, I could do this, because sometimes it's a turning point in a video, or a video that hits like 10,000 views instead of 500 in normal or something, because sometimes it's not always the 800,000 one you have, or the million about. Sometimes there's an earlier video. It was definitely
before the channel that I have now. It was definitely probably on the Minecraft Shorts channel. I don't know, because I feel like at that point already I was like, I feel like I can do this. But maybe the first time where I really was like, okay, this is actually something that could happen, was when I posted a video. It's kind of a stupid video, but it was Minecraft, but I can't say it, or no, if I say it like IT, the video ends. And so that was the video.
Yeah,
it got 7 million views, and I was freaking out. And that's probably the first time I was like, because that's short, or it was a short, yeah.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, but
I posted that, and the thing is, at that point, this is actually kind of smart looking back on it. I was going on a trip, and I thought, Cam Man 18. I don't know if you know who that is.
No.
Okay, he's like a Minecraft. He's like a pretty big Minecraft Shorts YouTuber.
I was too old for Minecraft when it came out, so
okay, fair enough. Camman18 though, he was like killing it in the Minecraft Short space, and I was like, I feel like I could do that. So what I did was I was going on a trip. So like the night before I went on that trip, I filmed and edited like 6 Minecraft Shorts, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna schedule them out for 2 different shorts a day, and then we'll see what happens. And so by the time I got back from my trip, it was like 4 different videos of those like blew up, and like they started getting like hundreds of thousands of views, and I was freaking out. But I think that was probably when I was like, okay, this is working. Like this is actually starting to work. So that's probably nice. Probably then is when the turning.
I talked to Yikes. We've mentioned him a few times at a former podcast interview I did, nice. And we talked about YouTube Shorts and the future for YouTube Shorts, and I have strong opinions about YouTube Shorts. I would have imagined like a creator your age and your type of content to do more YouTube Shorts. But now I know that you have experience doing YouTube Shorts on the Minecraft channel. Can you tell me why on your channel, as far as I can see, you haven't posted any YouTube Shorts this year?
That's a good question. I've blown up from YouTube Shorts back on the Minecraft channel. The thing is, after that happened, I realized like, okay, this is cool. I want to do this forever for sure, because I was starting to make a little bit of money from it. I was like, this is awesome. This is the dream. But then YouTube Shorts, I was also not making like great videos. The audience just like wasn't staying there. So I was getting 7 million views, and then the next video I got 4 million views, and the next video I got 3 million views, and then I was getting 100K views, and it was like still like super high view numbers. But then over the course of like 6 months to a year, it was like 1,000 views, or like sometimes it wouldn't even hit 1,000 views on every video. I had 60,000 subscribers on the channel, but it was like I couldn't pull 1,000 views on every short. And so I thought, okay, well, I'm not making any money from this anymore. It's not really getting any views. I don't like this. So what I thought was, let me try long form content. So I tried to do some of that on that channel, and it just didn't go anywhere. I don't know if it was because the content just wasn't good, or maybe it was harder. That I think it was just I didn't know what I was doing when it came to making those videos. But at the time I was like, okay, maybe it's because I have like 60,000 dead subscribers on this channel, so maybe I should make a new one. And from there, I made a new channel. Yeah, it did work. It did work out. I probably could have stuck on that channel and just posted a bunch of videos, and it ended up working out. But I decided to make a whole new one, and I like posted on my community tab. I said, I'm gonna go over here, and if anyone that's like a fan wants to keep following me, go check it out. But like, only go over here if you're gonna like watch the videos. And so I think I maybe got like 30, 40, maybe even 100 people. Probably not even 100 people. Actually, I don't think I didn't even link it. I had tried that before actually, but it didn't end up working out either. So what I tried this time was just to make completely from scratch. And then once it started to pick up a little bit, I would start to promote it from that on that channel in case anyone from the old channel wanted to come watch. But I just didn't want to like corrupt it with the shorts viewers or whatever. And so I started posting on the channel I have now. I just didn't feel like, I felt like if I posted shorts, I might ruin my channel again. And I think that's the main reason why I didn't really post that many shorts on the channel I have now.
There's a thing where the longer you spend with people, the more connection you are building with people.
Definitely.
That's why podcast hosts like Joe Rogan, who has people spending hours and hours with them, he can command like hundreds of millions when shifting his platform, because he is worth a lot. I think I said this in my interview last time. I have had a strong opinion that YouTube at some point would start pressing longer format videos and nerfing the shorts a bit, because I know from a business point of view, I've been like a C-level in businesses for the last 10 years, that shorts is not a good business for YouTube, but long format video is. And we see now, like the last, half a year, all creators are pushing long form. You can see it in your RPMs, because you get more ads, and not only do you get more ad views on the channel, but you actually establish a much better connection with the viewer. So it's longer format is the god format of content. I would argue that 1,000 viewers on a 2-hour or 1-hour video would be better than your 7 million viewers on your Minecraft short. Totally. Because a minute after, they forgot it.
Even like the next video, they might have already forgot what was above it. Yeah.
I don't know if you know the creator called, I think he's called Gordon something. He's a red-haired guy. He made a vox pop something where he asked a lot of people on the street mention a YouTuber, and everyone could mention like lists of YouTubers. So that was in the beginning of TikTok when it was new. Mention a TikToker. And it was just like blank silence. Of course, today they can mention TikTok because some of them has like billions of views, and they have seen it for a year or 2 years. They have been like seen like hundreds of their videos. But at that point, even though that some of them had like hundreds of millions of views in the beginning, it was just like people couldn't even remember the name. You know, it was the guy with the blonde hair saying the Harry Potter thing, and you know, the guy with the guy who pointed, and people didn't even know that with their names. Whereas on YouTube, if you watched like MKBHD for the last 10 years, or if you've watched someone, just it could be a small creator with like 10,000 subscribers, if you watched them for a year or half a year, spending like 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes at a time with them,
definitely
you get that parasocial thing. And if you take that further over to the streamers, you know that they have like the extreme fans, because they are not only spending like 10 minutes, 20 minutes, they are spending hours and days with their fans. So you have this each side of the coin. And I think shorts form content, not only YouTube shorts, but TikTok, Reels, and what they all called in all platforms, they are not here to stay, in my opinion. I think it's bad for business, and I think it's actually also bad for our brains.
That's a good point. I definitely agree. I mean, I do watch like Instagram Reels, I will say, but it's weird. I've always been someone that's like, no, I don't watch TikTok, but then I'll go and like watch Instagram Reels for like 2 hours. So it's like basically the same thing.
Exact same thing.
Yeah. But I'm like, I like pride myself as not being a TikTok user, and then I use Instagram Reels. It's the same thing. But
there is the algorithm that's different, because people have like actual channels like yours have. I don't know if you talked about TikTok. I haven't seen that yet, but there's channels like yours that talks a lot about the TikTok algorithm. That's a negative thing.
I also want to say about the shorts. You're definitely right on like long form views are just so much more valuable than short form views. Like I would definitely a million times I would choose 100,000 or even 10,000 views on a long form video than I would on a short form video of 7 million like I had. Like that 7 million view video was very big for me at the time, and I got probably 20,000 subscribers, and it was massive. But my 800,000 view video on my channel now took me from 1,000 subscribers to 15,000 subscribers, which even if that isn't as many subscribers, it's like, it was so much, they lasted way better. Like from that video on my shorts channel, it quickly just like started to fall off and the views didn't return. But even just that one Stanley Cup video that I posted that got 800,000 views, it gave me like immediately a returning audience that like showed up, and they keep showing up, and it's so I would definitely way rather do long form than short form, so it's definitely more valuable.
One thing I think that's fun by creating new channels, and I don't know why I keep doing that, every time I hit like 5,000 subscribers, I think, oh, it's time for a new channel. But the first signs of the same users in the comments, that's where you create the community, and that's where you know that's you're on to something, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But I'd like to talk about like this community thing, because your channel is actually about negativity. Let's say it like this, a little bit. And I'm thinking right now you seem to ride on a trend on like talking negative about brands or creators even. How do you think about the future doing this?
It's funny that you say that, because I was recently at a convention at Vid Summit in Dallas, Texas, and they basically had brands that were like set up with booths, and you could go and talk to them and stuff. And me and my friend JJ, his channel is Tree. He makes like creator focused videos, and we were talking to, I don't know if I should say the brand. I don't think it matters.
A brand.
I don't think it's it. Okay. So it was Circle, you know that company?
Yeah, the community.
Yeah, like the water bottle that like flavors it when you drink it.
That's not okay.
Oh, okay.
So
it's
okay, yeah.
It's like a water bottle that the flavor.
Yeah, is it the smell?
What is? No, it's not in the smell. It's like you can adjust the strength of flavor. It is actually flavored water, but it doesn't get flavored until it reaches like the top. So like you can turn it to just normal water if you want to, or turn it to full blast.
I was thinking about air up.
Right. That's what I thought it was too. That's the first thing I said to him when I walked up. They probably didn't like that very much, because he was like, not air up. I was like, oh, okay, sorry. But I actually do like the product. So this isn't like me saying I would never do a brand deal with them. I do like it. I've been using my Circle bottle that I got for free there. But I went up to him, and JJ showed him his channel, and it's all like how blank built this many subscribers doing this, or it's all like very positive videos about how people grew their channels.
Oh, I need to see his channel.
Yeah, definitely. And so they looked at that, and the guy said, "I really like how your videos are super positive." And then I showed him my channel, and he was like, "Yeah, I don't know about this one." I was like, "Oh, okay." He's like, "Yeah, it's just a little negative. I don't know if we're gonna be into that." And I was like, "Okay." I mean, fair enough, I guess. But I do think my videos lean negative, at least, especially in like the packaging of the videos.
Yeah, the packaging.
But I think I try at least to be like somewhat neutral, if not even like positive in the actual video. Like I try to make sure that I'm being fair. Or for example, like I talked about JoJo Siwa and all of her controversy happening recently. And in the video I did about her, I tried to make it less about how, oh, look, she's cringe, I hate her. It was more like, this is where she started. This is how she got to be who she is. This is what might have caused that. And like, this is definitely cringe. I talked about that too, but it was also like, this is why it might be like that. Like I tried to talk about how she was growing up as like a child star, and it seemed like her mom was like pushing her into that field, and being a child star like that is like got to have effects on your brain. And it's like, it's not all her fault. And also kind of seems like it might be some of her mom's doing now. And there's just all this different stuff. So I don't know. I would like to negativity definitely sells. So
yeah, it's like easier. Newspapers, like in old times, like online news. It's just like the pain and horror and suffering. Like it's like the world is exploding every day, and people are dying, and so every time you read, I don't read the news. I haven't done that for the last 10 years because I hate the negativity. I don't think that's the same in your opinion, but it or in your channel, but I do know that there is channels like the Moon and what is it called, V2, Sonny V2, probably know him. And I would think, as I work in marketing, I would think that many brands would just say no, just from the packaging. So
yeah, fair enough.
But you shouldn't be creating your channel for pleasing brand deals.
Definitely.
I'm thinking more about your community building and you being known as the person who always, because sometimes people don't see more than the packaging, and being known as a person who hates on this guy and hates on this person and hates on this brand. Don't you think there could be like I just think that you should have have that in mind, that's a path you're taking.
It's definitely true. I mean, I think a YouTuber that was going down a similar path to me, even Ryan Trahan, like massive YouTuber, he was doing commentary videos for a really long time, and he stopped doing them because he thought he was just kind of making fun of everyone, and it was too negative, and he didn't like that, and so he moved his content to more. I mean, now he's not negative at all.
He's maybe the positive YouTuber. Like,
yeah, right. Probably one of the most positive. Yeah. So
I think
that's
brands
would
put him on a pedestal, like they would line up for him.
Oh yeah, I mean, he's got like a nearly spotless reputation, and yeah, he's super wholesome. So yeah, definitely, like, there's definitely something to be said of like negativity. It might not be what I don't want to be negative all the time, but I don't know. I feel like it is kind of just, I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, if I have an idea that's not negative, then I would totally do it. But most of my ideas are like, oh, this is something that I want to talk about because I want to spread awareness of this bad thing that's going on, or oh, I want to talk about how you got to be careful doing this, or how this person is doing something that you shouldn't do. So I don't know. It's hard to find topics that fit that are positive.
When you're researching one of those videos, I'm just throwing a ball up here. Maybe sometimes there could be a follow-up, could be ready at the beginning. Like if you have the fall of something, then you could have the history, the rise, see how they got, like if you want to know more about how they rose up, like have this end video, I'm just thinking about something, because then you show both sides. Maybe. Definitely.
I do try to do that, and I usually try to have a portion of the video that's like the future. So if it's a rise and fall, it's like, how did they get here? Why are they falling, quote unquote? And then what can they do to fix that, or what are they doing to fix that? So like, for example, I'm making a video right now, a little behind the scenes here. I'm making a video right now about Logan Paul. Basically, it's called Why Logan Paul Can't Stop Getting Canceled, because it's like, there's so many different controversies that he's been involved in. And so this video is going to be going over how he started making content all the way back to his Vine days, how he became actually someone I looked up to for a really long time, and then how I kind of fell out of watching him for different reasons and different controversies, and how he basically fell into this like loop of just crypto scam, forest incident, and all this different stuff. And so I want to talk about all of that stuff, talk about why he's done some very bad things, and also talk about the fact that now he's having a kid, and like, is that maybe going to change the way he thinks about stuff? Maybe that could make him a better person. Maybe that could like change the way he thinks about what he does online. I don't know. So I try to have like another part to it. I think like you were saying, that like adds on to it to try to make it not like just, this guy sucks, see you guys later.
Yeah, there's also a lot about how you choose to present it. It's only just, I have the only experience I have with this is I've been doing this also. I have this also a tech channel, and the videos where I talk trash about some products is by far my most popular videos.
Oh yeah.
But they also have like 50-50 likes and dislikes from everyone who hates me from telling the product that they are using are trash, even though they might even know it inside.
Right.
So
that's good.
Yeah. So, and also that would also make it very hard for brand deals for me. I even talked bad about something I had a brand deal on, so that's the deal was over. But enough about that. And there's one thing I also would like to know, because I would like to know that from everyone, the video process, because you talk about you are in the midst of creating a video right now. So I'd like to hear everything from scripting, editing, from the start, from the idea to the finished video. Like, do you have a process? What's the process? What do you do?
Yeah. It's basically usually to come up with an idea first. I just either it comes to me when I'm just walking around or doing something, or it's through like talking to people. Like I sometimes I'll sit down in like a call with some of my other YouTube friends and just try to think of ideas, or someone will come to me with a suggestion and I'll think about that. That's usually how I come up with ideas. But yeah, so I come up with the idea, and then I have like a Google Doc of just a bunch of ideas that I would like to talk about. And then also I have a few like buckets on my channel. I have the rise and fall. I've done, I think, at least 2 or 3 of those videos, and they've all done like super duper well. So like that's something I know I can go to, the rise and fall of blank. If I ever am looking for a video idea, I can just the rise and fall of this brand or this person. I can just name off things until something like makes sense and something I want to talk about. And then also I have the dark rise of, or now more recently I've had like a new bucket, and that's you need to stop using blank like before it's
Snapchat.
too late. Yeah, the Snapchat one. So that one did really well too. So that's like it's similar, but it's like slightly different. And yeah, so this Logan Paul one is a little bit different because it's a little longer than usual. I'm going into like a little bit more depth than I usually do. But yeah, I come up with the idea, and then I start to like make thumbnails for it. I usually send it to like a bunch of different people and just try to get it roasted. I have a pretty simple thumbnail format on my channel for the most part. It's just subject to the video, text, and then more text, and then that one's like highlighted with red. I use that like red box underneath the text in my thumbnail almost every time, just because it's like super simple and it emphasizes it. I don't know, but yeah. So I make the thumbnail, and then at that point, I can start researching the video. Usually to do that, I just like watch other similar videos or read articles and stuff like that. And then I usually at first I start researching, thinking I'm going to do all the research, but then I end up like writing notes that are just basically what I'm going to say in the video. I'm like, okay, let me just start writing the script as I research. So it's kind of like I'm figuring it out along with you, which I think is kind of cool also. So I try to like research and write at the same time. And then I finish the script. Usually it's like 2,000 to 3,000 words, but this Logan Paul video, I'm only getting into the first couple crypto scams, and I'm 4,500 words into it, so it's going to be a bit longer. But yeah, script it all out, and then I basically script everything pretty much word for word that you see in the video. And then sometimes I'll go on like a random tangent, or I'll start riffing some joke or redo a line in a different way that I think of in the moment. But for the most part, it's like scripted out to a T, and then it's usually only takes me like a couple days to edit, maybe 2 or 3 days, unless it's like a really longer video.
If you have spent a lot of time scripting and like preparing, the editing is easier.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
How did you learn how to edit? Like, of course, you just watched YouTube maybe and tried yourself, but what was your intro to this?
It's a good question. I think I basically started, like, I edited on my phone starting when I did Minecraft Shorts.
Of course.
I edited in like Filmora Go or something, like the mobile version of Filmora. And then eventually I was like, when I was making Minecraft Shorts, I was like, okay, well, let me try a PC version. So I tried like Hit Film Express. I used that for a while. And then someone I knew was like, hey, I can get you an illegal version of Premiere Pro. And I was like, okay, I'll take it. So I did a like Dark Alley Premiere Pro deal. No, I just got it for free. Like someone just sent me a link and I just downloaded it and started using it. So I used that for a while. I actually pay for it now, so
Oh, yeah.
I can say that. But yeah, I started using Premiere probably when I was like really going hard at Minecraft Shorts, where I was like posting like every single day, sometimes multiple times a day. And so I think the main way that I learned to edit was just I posted so many videos and I was editing shorts just so often that I think I'm actually really glad that I did shorts, because it taught me, well, first of all, there's a time limit of like 60 seconds. So like I had to make sure I was cutting things down. Yeah, definitely. So it was like, I have so many, I'm editing so much, and it's like such a tight time frame that I learned how to make things just work. I guess I just so much trial and error. Eventually I just started getting good at it. And so then when I started my other channel, I had to kind of learn to let things breathe a little bit more compared to shorts. Like I was like, okay, sometimes you can just leave a little bit of space between a breath, or like you can slowly zoom it in. You don't have to cut between, like, I don't know, stuff like that. Can
almost be jarring, the shorts format and the long format.
Definitely, yeah.
So yeah, I used to be a Adobe, but I switched to DaVinci Resolve some years ago.
Oh, okay.
But I think actually Adobe knows that everyone pirates their software in the first. That's how people learn how, either that in schools. Like I had Photoshop when it was called Photoshop 7.
Oh wow.
That's some years ago. But now it's a subscription, so it's easy. Yeah, and you can even get it much cheaper if you're in school and so on. If you went back to see this video in a year, 2 years from now, do you have something that you would like to say to yourself in a year from now, like watching this back? Where are you, and what would you like to say to yourself at that point?
Okay, let's see. Well, first of all, I mean, it's not that important, but I gotta mention it. I know you said earlier something about trying to get to 100K. That's my goal right now too, is to get to 100K by the end of the year. Right now I'm at 40,000. I'm racing my friend JJ there. He's at 20,000. But I hope, first of all, that I did that. Even if not, it's not the end of the world, but it would be cool. I really want that plaque before they make it even smaller, because that would suck. And yeah, I hope that I just am still pumping out videos. I really want to make my podcast do well. Me and my friend Ryder do a podcast every single week on our channel. It's called Are We Bad People podcast. And I hope that is like monetizable at that point, because I'm trying to use my main channel to funnel it over there. And I really want to make that something that's like sustainable and just consistently making money off that, so I can make my main channel more of just a passion project. I don't really want it to be something I have to rely on. I'd like to kind of diversify it a little bit. So yeah, I hope that is doing well. I hope that the channel's doing well. I hope that I'm just like still having fun with it, and just like
it's important still to have fun.
Yeah,
it's funny with the plaque, because you're making money from this, and a lot of people under 100,000 are making money, but it's just like it seems like, for me, I would also like this plaque more than I would like $10,000 in ad revenue the next year, because it's validation that you're not just doing this as a stupid hobby. Yeah. But you were doing something right. So it's funny that many people who are not chasing it can't relate at all. But I do believe that for a lot of people, getting to that silver play button is even more important than getting the first dollars and getting. Maybe it's because that people have got their first dollars, like. Maybe
Right.
they earned like $100 or $500 or $1,000 in a month even, and it's just like, what now? That plaque is definitely on the goal list.
Oh yeah, it's just so like, I mean, I won't lie. When I heard that they were making the play button smaller, I was a little bit sad because I've been working for it for a really long time. I've always wanted one, like since I was a little kid, and then now I'm actually starting to like get growth. I'm actually starting to get there, and then all of a sudden they announced that they're making them like 30% smaller. I'm like, that kind of sucks, but it's still cool, and it's still going to be really nice to have one whenever I do get one. But yeah, it is just like a super exciting achievement to have.
It's very tangible. What did you wish, if you're going to back, what did you wish you know before you started all of this? That you know now.
Let's see. If I could go back, and I could
a year
be
or two,
7,
maybe more,
a couple years. I was gonna say like 7 years old again, like before.
Okay, maybe that's a bit early. Let's just keep it into the time frame of what's
allowed,
possible, allowed on YouTube.
Okay.
Maybe there's a 13-year-old or a 14, 15-year-old who wants to be on YouTube. Like, what would you like?
Learn to fall in love with the process of making videos, not the reward that you get for posting the videos, because it's important that you don't just get attached to the numbers that come with the process of making the videos, but that you actually love the whole part of writing and putting together a video. So that's probably what I'd say, is just fall in love with the process. I think that's really important.
Yeah, I think if you don't like to make videos, or if you are not even addicted to make videos, you will never have a chance.
Definitely.
Yeah, so I'm actually at the point now where I don't have so much more prepared. So I would, if there's something else that you would like to put out there, then I would give you the chance now.
Let's see. I think real quick, I want to like explain my plan, like what I would, what my dream, even, I know I talked about like, a year from down the line or whatever, but like my plan for like my whole operation, like what would it be ideally?
That's cool.
It would probably be, and this is, I want to realize this is kind of similar to, I don't know how much you follow people in this area, but there's a YouTuber recently that got canceled, which I talked about on my channel, Cody Ko.
I think I know who it is. Yes.
Okay. So he's gotten in trouble recently. We don't have to get into all that, but his business model that he built before all of that, because I was a massive Cody Ko fan. The business model that he built before he got canceled was like perfect. It was basically, to describe it to anyone who doesn't watch him, he had a main channel which he blew up on. Well, he blew up on Vine and then transferred to that channel and then blew that channel up. But he had a main channel where he posted like commentary videos that were really just him like laughing at something and then posting it with like a little bit of editing, and that channel averaged like really solid views. And then he also used that to post like music videos on or whatever he felt like doing. And sorry, one second. And he also had a second channel which was like just him 3 times a week. He would post just pretty low effort commentary videos where he would just laugh at random stuff, kind of like the main channel, but a little bit lower effort. And he would edit it and or he would send it off to an editor, and the editor was like super funny as well. And that channel alone averaged like 1 million views every single video, three times a week. And then he had a podcast, which was like massive as well, the TMG podcast. And then he also had a paid version of that podcast where you could pay to get bonus episodes of that podcast. And that was massive as well. And then he has another podcast where he just talks also. or talked. And so he had like all these different avenues, and just like, I don't know, I feel like that's like the perfect business model in my mind. So ideally, I would like to have a second channel that I can outsource the editing of and just grind out consistent content over there, a podcast with a paywalled version as well for bonus episodes that would sustain me. So then I have those two things as like my engines of my channels. And then my main channel preferably is just like stuff that I think is interesting that I want to talk about. Maybe even like longer video essays, stuff like that. But
it's kind of like, do you see Jack Success Live? He has the Jack Success stuff where he just reads Reddit stuff, and just his girlfriend is editing everything. As far as I know, there's a lot of creators who do this, have this second channel where it's just low lift and one there is high lift content. I next to my gaming channel, that is also because I'm getting locked in the one game, but I have a second gaming that I'm not editing the videos by design, because I don't care if people subscribe or anything. I just want to play other games and just have. And I'm on purposely doing them more than an hour long. So it's just like, I just unedited me playing games and talking to people. There's like, maybe there's 10 viewers, maybe there's 20 viewers in the beginning, but it's just, if someone wants to be there a longer time, then these are the super fans from the other channels. So it's like you make a funnel. You have the widest audience on in your case, in your main channel, and then you can funnel it down. It could be the second channel, it could be a React channel that many creators do, and then at the bottom here you have the podcast, where it's maybe hours and hours of long videos, where you even could maybe charge for it at some point. So it's kind of the same. I'm doing it at a much lower scale, but I'm just all over the place. I can't stop making new channels. Maybe I should, but that's just some of the fun, right?
Nice. I like that. What niche do you not do? Is there any that you don't?
The things that you are doing, I'm not doing any what do you call it, documentary or commentary videos like this. Not at all. I'm not doing anything that requires so much editing, because that's. It sounds weird, but that's not my favorite thing. I really like to put out videos. I really like to make videos. I really like to put content out there, and I really like to create content and think about content, and also, but cutting up content and putting music on, and that's just not that part. And I like packaging it. I like seeing your product out there. I like you have made something that someone can go watch and then maybe have some sort of reaction to it. Maybe they enjoyed it. Maybe you like having that one comment saying that, wow, that helped me. You made my day, or this was fun, or something else. Like, this is why, in my opinion, I do it. So don't really like, there's this, if you just take this channel, that's a very small one, like having a comment in my latest video saying, cool video, I'm inspired. So people are inspired to start a channel. In your case, could be younger creators or want to be a creator saying, oh, it was cool seeing one, and you're my age, or that's inspired. I want to start a creator. Or maybe they can ask you questions, and creating something that's like reaching people. That's what I think. To have some sort of backstory besides all of this content I'm doing on YouTube. I made, like, before YouTube was a thing, I have a background in gymnastics, and I started making videos because I want to film gymnastics video. And before YouTube was a thing, I had this the largest gymnastics websites with videos in my country.
Oh wow!
In my opinion, it's just like reaching people and even meeting the same people that you created some content for. Like, and later on, I had a podcast. Like, as you can hear, and you know, I'm not native English speaker, and I've done a lot in my language, and I just want to branch out, from. My country is very small, so the ceiling is quite low.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
I would like to say thank you for being here. Your channel is Dakota Talks, and Are We Bad People?
Yeah, Are We Bad People podcast on YouTube.